So this is the good and the bad. Alright, so the issues with the car that I know of right now are this brake light is broken. Driver's side door, someone put a self-tapping screw right there. And then, I believe if I remember correctly, there we go, there's one right here. So I actually thought it was worse when I was talking to you. I hadn't seen it in a while, but it's just two. But I have new brake lights for the rear, so I have a replacement for that. And then the back seat is in great condition. The passenger side is in pretty good shape. This seat doesn't really have, it doesn't have any rips. The driver's seat has a rip right here, but it's on a seam. So like I was saying, you might be able to get this repaired. I mean, I don't know how you feel about these cracks, but it's not awful. It's not awful by any means. The carpet's in good shape. Door cards are not too bad. The motors in the driver's seat and the passenger seat work sometimes. They don't work other times. The dash cluster, I think, should be replaced. I've been trying to figure out if it's something that can be fixed or just needs to be replaced, but the fuel gauge works, the engine temp works, the odometer does not work, the speedo works when it wants to. It works, I would say, 90% of the time, but I have seen that start to just decide not to work for a couple minutes. Climate control works. All these gauges work. I have the aftermarket stereo over here in the back seat that I bought the car with. I don't have an original, but I know a guy in New Hampshire that has one. The dash is in good shape. I mean, for 30 years, you know, this wood is, there is some cracking a little bit over here, but nothing crazy. Dash is in good shape. Go around the other side. This was completely destroyed, the shifter. It's a plastic shifter that it comes with, and this is a 034 short shifter. The transmission's in good shape. It goes through all the gears, no issues. Clutch is in good shape. The driver's side the gas pedal is missing the pedal itself. I have the whole assembly. This is the one with the cubby dash underneath the steering wheel. Once it gets dark out, I will get a video of the lights. Not all of them are working. I believe it's one of the blinkers that I'm having an issue with getting on, and possibly one of the brake lights. So once it gets dark, I'll take a look at that. I'm gonna put this on a charge. I haven't started it in months, but the engine's in good shape. I've run it, really had no issues. So since I got it, I rebuilt the idle stabilizer valve. The fuel pressure regulator has been replaced with one that was used, but it runs well now. That was the main issue that it had when I bought it. It was dumping fuel through a vacuum line back into the intake and was just running super rich. It was almost stalling itself out. So I replaced that. Engine runs much better now. It runs good. The air intake, this is just a universal adapter, just a regular cone filter. This metal bracket is pushed in between the two body panels. There's no extra holes put in the car for this. All you have to do is pop this universal bracket off. I have the whole original air intake that goes back in there. I haven't done anything else to the engine. I replaced the battery. There is one vacuum line I haven't been able to figure out where it goes, and it is currently blocked off. But yeah, it goes right there into the back of the intake. I'm not sure where this goes. I haven't been able to get a solid answer on it. But other than that, everything is good shape. All the front lights work. I will replace, it's got the European bumper on it. I'll put a US spec bumper on it for you. The body's in good shape. I've had the whole interior out to clean, and I don't see any issues or any reason to think this was in an accident at any point in its life. It's got a ding right here on the hood, the lip of the hood, and then there's one on the side, if you look right there. So I don't know, but it is, you got to be looking at this angle. And then the paint, the clear coats on these go, so at some point it's going to need to be repainted. So the main issues I would say is for it to be drivable safely. You can drive this 30-40 miles an hour, no issues. Once you go over 40, it's the suspension shows its age. I'm not a professional. I brought it to a suspension shop. They didn't give me good answers. I'm assuming the subframe bushings need to be replaced, and I think the differential bushings or maybe the transmission bushings should be looked at. I think that would make a world of difference. It's all parts that are available. It's not crazy work to be done. This strip, I have that. It's in the back seat. I have it for the long piece and the short piece. I have the long piece for both sides and the short piece for one side, because this side is in good shape. The other side is not. Yeah, the other side is coming off. And then a timing belt. So I don't know when the last timing belt was done. I can get you in touch with the owner that I bought it from. I don't think he knows either, but I would do a timing belt before he was a regular driver and have a suspension shop take a look at it. Aside from that, I am very limited in my knowledge about electronics, but 90% of the electrics in this car work. I think it's a few gremlins that are causing the issues. Like I said, I don't know if it's the aftermarket stereo, or I'll show you the inside of the brake lights. Let me show you the trunk too. So the trunk has the upper tray. It has all the trim pieces that are normally broken and not here. This, I don't know if this is a culprit for the issue. Oh, I also replaced the fuel pump. The fuel pump was recently replaced, so that's done. The fuel tank looks fine. And then, yeah, it does come with a spare tire. Spare tire and all the factory jack and stuff is back there as well. So I mean, it's not missing any parts. Oh, the antenna should be replaced. I have that as well. So the brakes are good. You can take the car up to 100 miles an hour. It's just once you start turning it left and right, it really kind of wiggles and wobbles because of all the looseness. But the car runs, it's not falling apart. I have some photos of the undercarriage I'll show you. That's in good shape. There's no major rust on the body. So yeah, let me know, Paul. I mean, the car really hasn't changed since you last looked at it. I think I haven't done a lot of work to it. The last time I worked on it was probably last summer, and it's just been sitting, you know. So I think I maybe was a little hard on it when I was on the phone, but just trying to be honest with you, you know. I want you to I don't want you to be like, hey, you know, this issue and you didn't tell me about it. So yeah, those are all the issues I know of, and I got parts to fix all of them except for the suspension bushings and the timing belt. Everything else I have the parts for. I'll put it on charge, and I'm gonna get the lights on and see which lights work, which lights don't. I think maybe replacing this brake light might be you know, a problem solver, just because I don't know if water's gotten into it. But yeah, so brand new tires is less than 50 miles on the tires, and then I have the extra set, and then I just have tons of parts in the house. So if I'll go through what goes with the car, because I think I have some spares, window regulators, a couple other things, and yeah, let me know. I have the shifter boot for the shifter. I know that was off, but that's just to show you what shifter is actually in it. But yeah, comes with like 4 or 5 sets of keys. All the windows are good. That's a major issue if the windshield's cracked. It's a real pain to get it inspected. So the only thing stopping this thing from inspection right now is all of the lights working. And yeah, I'll let you know what it looks like with or what lights are the problem. But I figure I'd just let you see what shape it's in right now. Yeah, okay, thanks, Paul.